Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Your Source. I am your host, Junior, and this is your source, your independent source for wrestling, NASCAR, and music news. Now getting the intros out the way, to say that I'm pissed off is the understatement of the mother freaking year. WWE has completely bastardized everything that I love, everything that I believe in, as far as a wrestling fan goes. I don't understand it. 4 years away from the WWE completely. You walk in, and in less than what was it, a week and a half, you now have an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, while other guys, the other 15 or so, 16 or so guys, have been working all year just for an opportunity at the spot at WrestleMania. You walk in 4 years later, and you get the spot. Without even blinking, you get the spot. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the animal Batista, Dave Batista, who just recently returned. Not even a week ago. Wins. He returned. This past Monday, wins the Royal Rumble tonight. Absolute bullshit, in my personal opinion. You can even hear the crowd. I believe it was Roman Reigns who was last in the Royal Rumble, who was the last one in the Royal Rumble. Him and Batista, Roman Reigns and Batista were the last two in the Royal Rumble. And you could hear the crowd. If it wasn't going to be Daniel Bryan, they wanted Roman Reigns. Everybody wanted Roman Reigns. Every time I think he speared him once or twice. Every time he speared him, oh my God, the crowd went nuts. Everybody went nuts. I just don't understand it. What I also don't understand is how a novelty act, well, granted, in the Attitude Era they weren't novelty, but they were a top team in the industry, and it was hot, when it's hot, when it was hot, What I don't understand, a novelty act in today's WWE, as far as, it's cool to see him every once in a while. Oh, you didn't know, hits, and everybody gets to their feet. Everybody feels a little bit nostalgic and everything. And here we go. They somehow, I don't know how, ladies and gentlemen, whether it be the relationship they have with Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Triple H, whether it be just a screw job, just to screw with their heads or what. But in the pre-show, it was going to be, here we go, Cody Rhodes and Goldust, the Rhodes brothers, versus New Age Outlaws, Badass Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. Now, like I said, these guys in today's WWE are a good novelty act. I mean, come on. They're past their prime. They've proven they don't have anything else to prove. They won 5 consecutive tag team championships. And like I said, they could have ridden off in the sunset. Instead, what? They come back. They appear for Old School Raw. Just happy to see him. Yeah, it was great. Great memories. BG James or Kip James or whatever you want to call him now. Still has epic rhyme skills. Epic speed on the mic. All that stuff gets the crowd hyped and all that. Excellent. Thank you, BG. And thank you, Badass Billy. But no thanks. Now, you have them on the main shows. You have them on the main roster. They aren't just novelty acts now. They're on the main roster. They're active. They're back. For how long we don't know, but they're active and back as of tonight. As they win over Cody Rhodes and Goldust. For how many weeks will they be champions? God only knows. But Cody Rhodes and Goldust should have gone against the Usos, or they should have brought back the new version of the Hart Foundation with Tyson Kidd and the other guy that's slipping my mind right now, but he was released. They should have brought the new version of the Hart Foundation back. They should have had, like, I don't know, since Jeff and Matt are both out of the job right now, and Matt's only concentrating on traveling places for, underground matches. They could have brought back the Hardy Boys for one night to go against Cody Rhodes and Goldust. That would have been awesome. But really, a novelty act in today's WWE? Really? And don't get me wrong, I want the Attitude Era back, but please, not this way and not now. Will it ever come back? No. To quote Stone Cold Steve Austin on his podcast, once you don't put back the toothpaste in the tube once it's been squeezed out, which he basically means, once it's happened, you can't reproduce the magic the way it was produced back in 1997, 96, 98, all that stuff, early 2000s. And I understand that, but just a little bit more edge, just more edgier, is what I want. Unpredictability. I believe it was John Rambo of DSP's and John Rambo's show, Smart Guys, where they talk about it's an ongoing running commentary on professional wrestling. I believe John Rambo predicted half of this card correctly, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't understand it. I just don't. Before I forget, CM Punk did make it to the top, to the final four in the main event, but like I said, run in and I'll explain more. So here we go. Like I said, pre-show, Goldust and Cody Rhodes versus New Age Outlaws. New Age Outlaws go over. I don't understand why. No need to. They've proven all they need to prove, and that was that. But yeah. Let's see. Match number 2 was Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. Bray Wyatt somehow goes over. Why? I don't know. The program was run too short as well, I believe, between him and the Wyatt family, between Daniel Bryan and the Wyatt family. It was run way too short. Excuse me. And, I apologize for that. But, yeah, I don't understand it. Only 2 weeks, and they somehow turn him again. Heel 1 week, face the next week. I don't understand it. Yeah, but Bray Wyatt somehow goes over. Yeah, no clue why. Completely killed Daniel Bryan, by the way. His momentum, whatever he had as far as momentum goes, he's completely killed. And I've tweeted Daniel Bryan, you should know, by the way, that I was completely so sorry that he didn't make it. in the Royal Rumble at all, which he should have been. And he said the machine wouldn't let him anywhere near the Royal Rumble match, which I don't know why you would keep an excellent wrestler like that away from the Royal Rumble match. WWE just screwed this whole thing over. I mean, pay-per-views and WWE, as of tonight, do not make any goddamn sense, ladies and gentlemen. I am goddamn serious. It just does not make any goddamn sense. Segment number 3, we had Paul promo for Brock and Big Show. He was talking to Renee Young about the match. How Big Show, how Brock Lesnar was going to be the Beast and all this and all that. So that was that. Segment number 4 was the intro of the panel. HBK, Ric Flair, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I believe, were the ones on the panel tonight to the crowd for the first time on the live pay-per-view. And they gave their predictions for the show Brock match. Segment number 5 was the show Brock match. Of course, they can't have show go over. He has to look stupid. Of course, we see Big Show toss Brock Lesnar around like a rag doll for 2-3 weeks, and he's believable enough to where he can actually throw around Brock Lesnar and actually teach him a lesson for breaking people's freaking arms, including Triple H's twice, which as of tonight I believe he deserved to have those 2 broken arms. After the bullshit he produced tonight. Just my personal opinion. But yeah, Brock goes over. Where am I at? Yeah, Brock goes over. And then after the match, way over the line, folks. I'm serious. They used chairs during the match. He broke 2, I believe, during the match. As he preemptively struck Big Show before the ref could even start the match. And then after the match, he just went all out. I mean, every appendage, every orifice of his body that Brock Lesnar could hit, Brock Lesnar hit. On the steel stairs, on the ring apron. I'm surprised Big Show even was able to walk afterwards, folks. I don't understand it. Completely over the line. And I even tweeted Paul Heyman. He tweeted a picture of the aftermath of the match, and I said, I quote, if you and he are there, speaking of Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, if you and he are there just for the money, fine, but don't be doing that. I mean, come on, folks. I even tweeted that too, like I said, but does anybody listen from the WWE? No, especially not after tonight. Shit. Absolute bullshit. And all night, folks, I am dead serious. If you watch this match back, if you watch this whole the Royal Rumble match itself, and a little bit backwards, all night you could hear Daniel Bryan, all freaking night, folks, from the crowd. They were in Philly. I don't know exactly where in Philly, but They were in Philadelphia somewhere. And you could hear the passion in that crowd. They were absolutely nuts for Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, even Roman Reigns. Like I said, when I get to that point. Again, I apologize, folks. There's something in my throat. Let's see. Segment number 6 was Shield promo. The Shield cuts a promo backstage, a typical camera Teletron promo. How we're gonna win the match, and it's only gonna be one of us, and the Shield's still gonna come out on top. So yeah, that. Number 7 was Randy Orton promo. How he was going to retain the title and all this and all that. And that's where it got crazy, folks. Not the promo, but the match. The match was a typical Cena Orton match. Typical bullshit match. But here's where it got interesting. The Wyatt family interrupted almost the end of the match. Just the music hit and the cut screen hit where you see the where it phases in and out, and you hear the scream at the end. It cuts out for about it cuts on and then out for about a half second, and John Cena and Randy Orton, John Cena's standing there just looking at the Teletron, and Randy Orton spins him around RKO or whatever he does to finish him off. Because I was tweeting and watching and listening at the same time. Whatever he does to finish him off, Randy Orton remains your world heavyweight and only champion of the WWE. There has not been a second world heavyweight champion since the unification of the titles. The only champion has been Randy Orton and remains Randy Orton. So that answers your question. I mean, again, a match where John Cena or no Randy Orton had any business. Had any business anywhere. And, it's complete and utter shit. Let's just put it that way. Moving on, and I don't understand why there was no Divas match. I mean, even the crowd. I apologize, folks. I have to get something real quick. I severely apologize. Just hold on 1 minute. Water, folks. Hold on 1 minute. I apologize again. By the way, I only drink crystal clear Alpine natural spring water. That's the only brand I drink, just so you guys can know. There you go. I apologize. Guys, only having 8 matches on the card, completely abysmal, dismal, whatever words you want to put on it. Even the crowd, like I said, was screaming for Divas action. And I thought there was going to be a Divas something at the Royal Rumble, but obviously not. There's always a Divas something, even if it's bad, which all the Divas actions so far this year have been really, really bad. I mean, AJ was super hot, and company-wise, and she's super hot anyway. I have a crush on her because she's a geek, but company-wise, she was hot, and everybody wanted to know what she was up to week after week, and now, who is she? I mean, we all know who she is, but she's WWE Divas Champion, with Tamina by her side. But who is AJ Lee right now? No one knows. Yeah. So basically, only 8 matches, folks, on the card before the event itself, the Royal Rumble itself. New Age Outlaws segment number 9 cut a promo. I don't know why. Again, the titles weren't needed. They didn't need to prove anything, and yet, because of they're in with the authority or in with the company. I don't understand it. I never will. New Age Outlaws cut a promo. Yeah, I said that. And then the panel predictions for Royal Rumble. Sean had 4 predictions. Either The Shield, Daniel Bryan, or CM Punk. And at one point, all of his predictions were still in the Royal Rumble. Still in the Royal Rumble. I apologize, folks. I'm going to be coughing all over this episode. I don't know what's going on with me. At one point, HBK's predictions were all in the Royal Rumble. I forget the other guys predict. Ric Flair did predict Batista to win. Shocker. He's another story all in itself. I mean, he's a liar. He's a lying bastard too. Because he went on national TV and promised he'd never wrestle again. Went to TNA the next week or next month and wrestled, breaking his word. So I don't understand. I will never understand. And yeah. And then tragically, his son hung himself or committed suicide somehow. Tragically passing away at the age of 20-something years old. Which, of course, Rick stayed away from, everything, which you would expect. Excuse me. And then the Royal Rumble itself. As you would expect, CM Punk comes out 1. Seth Rollins comes out number 2. I don't know who came out in the exact order, but 1 and 2 was CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Some surprises that came into the Royal Rumble were El Torito from Los Matadores and Kevin Nash. That's right, folks. Big Daddy Cool Diesel Kevin Nash showed up at the Royal Rumble. I do not know what number, but he didn't last too long because Roman Reigns was just absolutely tearing things up. I mean, MVP, hashtag MVP of the Royal Rumble was definitely Roman Reigns of the Shield, folks. I mean, he was just on fire. In fact, either meeting or eclipsing Kane's single-handed record of 11 eliminations. Excuse me, 11 eliminations in one single Royal Rumble match. I don't know if that ties or surpasses Kane's record, but absolutely amazing showing by Roman Reigns, and I would have loved to see either Roman Reigns, CM Punk, or If Daniel Bryan was in the match, Daniel Bryan. But obviously not. So, yeah. Ends up, JBL even made an appearance, too. About a 30-second appearance. He turns his back to the participants in the Royal Rumble. He gets up from the commentator's booth into the ring and turns his back to the Royal Rumble participants, and Seth Rollins, either Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, eliminates him as well. And not even 30 seconds. He was calling to Michael to hold his coat jacket. In and out, 1, 2, 3. So yeah. Once again, folks, it was Roman Reigns and Batista. Last, again, CM Punk. I should say CM Punk got to the Final Four. It was CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Batista, and I forget the third person who was in. Third of the four who was in there. But yeah, makes it to the Final Four. Then Kane runs back down after being in the Royal Rumble. I don't know what number he came in at. Because I was busy and I looked away. So, but Kane runs back down, runs interference, and is pulled out of Royal Rumble by Kane, screwing him over once again. Why the company does not want CM Punk or Daniel Bryan anywhere near the top, I don't understand it. But any momentum Daniel Bryan had, any momentum CM Punk had, is no more. It will never. I don't know what they're going to do for WrestleMania now, but looks like unless CM Punk gets involved with the Wyatts, or him and Daniel Bryan get re-involved with the Wyatts, or Daniel Bryan does something, it looks like there will be no Daniel Bryan or no CM Punk at WrestleMania. That's just the way I see it. Would I like to see him in the Royal Rumble? And I keep saying Royal Rumble. Would I like to see him in WrestleMania? Absolutely, hell yes. Both Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, and along with everybody else who didn't get a shot at the Royal Rumble tonight. But speaking of those two individuals, and seeing as how they always seem to get screwed over worst or first, or whatever way you want to put it, I just don't see them anywhere involved with WrestleMania 30. I'm sorry. I want them involved. I want as well as everyone who didn't get a shot at the Royal Rumble tonight. But whoever wants to be involved should be involved at WrestleMania, and it looks like it will not be Daniel Bryan or CM Punk in this particular instance, since we're having this conversation. Will that change? Does that change? I hope so, but as it looks right now, any momentum those two gentlemen had is out the door, gone by, see ya. One of the crappiest WWE pay-per-views in recent memory. Completely turning everything on its head. New Age Outlaws, Tag Team Champions. Why? Batista, 4-year absence, automatic win. Why? Daniel Bryan not even getting a shot in the Royal Rumble. Why? CM Punk getting screwed over after making it all the way to Final Four by Kane. Why? I don't get it. It looks like, for real, in real life, no kayfabe, no bullshit, the Authority have a serious problem with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. What problem? I don't know. Because they bust their ass every single week, along with everybody else who bust their ass every single week just to try and get a spot in the Royal Rumble, just to try and get a spot for WrestleMania, and you get a guy 4 years away from the company, comes in a week or two, and he wins the Royal Rumble? I don't get it. Now, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, in my personal opinion, could have beat Batista in their sleep. All the way Kofi Kingston got back in the ring too. I also want to mention that too. The way Kofi Kingston was got back in the ring off the barricade. I don't remember how he got out of the ring, but someone carried him to the barricade, and he jumped from the barricade back into the ring. Absolutely amazing stuff. Every single year Kofi Kingston is in the Royal Rumble is another amazing stunt, whether it's walking on his hands, rather it's jumping from the stairs, or jumping from the chair, or he bunny hopped that one last year from the chair to the apron ring. Whichever way he does it, man, oh my god, cool stuff. But this pay-per-view, folks, absolute crap, absolutely stupid. Batista, your number one contender for the WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans. Will Undertaker challenge anybody? Is there anybody else left to challenge? Speaking of that, I just watched the Streak, Undertaker's 2012 DVD, where it goes from number 1 to number 20. He didn't cover the 21st win over CM Punk last year at WrestleMania 29, but it covers the first 20, and I watched that on Netflix last night. The documentary and the wins too, every single one of them, from Jimmy Snuka all the way up to what was the last one before CM Punk? WrestleMania 27. That would have been, or no, WrestleMania 28. That would have been the cage match, I believe. Because 26 and 27 were Shawn Michaels. 28 was the end of an era match. Where it was him, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels in the ring. But anyway, I watched that, and who will Undertaker face? I don't get it. I don't know. Do I want to know? I don't even know if I want to know who Undertaker's gonna face, because there's basically no one he hasn't beaten, literally. And as I've always stated and always will state, BKM will not let the streak be beaten. And I'm afraid, now this is my ultimate fear, folks, is if John Cena, yes, that's right, John Cena gets a crack at that streak and somehow beats it, that will truly be the end of WrestleMania as we know it, folks. Not the end of WrestleMania in terms of athleticism or continuation, because there will be other WrestleManias, there will be other superstars, but as far as the mystique and the purpose and the drive, if somehow this year, WrestleMania 30, John Cena gets a crack at the streak, which is now 21-0, and somehow wins, it is the end of WrestleMania as far as just myth and mystique, like I said. I'm sorry, folks. Do not bother watching replays of this pay-per-view. Do not buy the DVD box set of this pay-per-view. Do not do anything like that. So until next time, folks, your man, Coolman Jr. 88, your independent source for wrestling, NASCAR, and music news. Peace out, folks. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more down the line. Deuces.